All right, we on time. Everything's on time. Okay, shalom to Israel. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Barakathum to all the brothers. Yahweh Shema Alathan Bahashem, Yahweh Shai to all the sisters. We are the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, knowledge that you should use in your life. Salakia. The ISUPK has been teaching the truth of the Bible since 1969. And that truth includes the fact that so-called blacks, so-called Latinos, Hispanics, and so-called First Nation, Native Indians, Native Americans are the true Jews, God's chosen people, the Israelites of the Bible.
That's right.
You cannot debunk the truth. Understand what I'm saying? Because the truth, like the ISUPK, stands on its own merit. You understand? It's factual. It's actual. Okay? The ISUPK, under Commanding General Yohana, is the home of the truth and has been the home of the truth since 1969. So if you're not in ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana, you're really not in the truth.
That's right.
Really. Understand? The ISUPK is not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group or any kind of group or religion at all. We stand on our own merit, right? Okay? So, I'm Officer of 1,000 Yanazar here in Durham, North Carolina, and I'll be teaching a class tonight. And with me is Officer 500 Maya Shar. You understand? And we welcome everybody to the broadcast. If you have any questions, you can put them in the chat. Okay? And we'll do our best to answer the question.
Damn right.
Okay? Which I like to do. Okay? All right. So who we got in here today? So far we got UPK Princess Sapayar, Yahweh Shemala, done by Shemal Shai, sis. All right. And Sister Kamawada, okay, which is her daughter, right? That's her daughter. Right. Hey, shalom to the sisters, okay? All right, so we're just going to get into it today. Like, there's so much going on in the world today. And I mean, like, I'm just going to go through it because everything that I want to bring out today is in the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Even dealing with politics and these type of matters and the goings on of the devils and all of his doings that is revealing him, as the scripture says. What you need? It wasn't in the tub either. It was in the. We should have another box in there. That's a lot. We should have another box in a
Oh, come.
I got a box. I got a brand new box at home too. I'll bring that. But it should be some more in there. Hey man, who knows what be going on? Okay, Salakia for that. So tonight we're going to get into a subject matter that's very appropriate and time appropriate. You understand? And what we're going to get into tonight is the mindset of the devil. The mindset of the devil. And I'm going to tell you, this was not my first choice as to the topic of the class tonight, but because something that happened to me, well, it didn't happen to me, but happened to somebody close to me. You know, a friend of mine in New York City was deported yesterday in front of his family. And, you know, I was able to see the video, and it was really heartbreaking, man. It is a brother. He's an Issacharite brother named Jose. I'm not going to say his last name. There's an Issacharite brother in New York. His name is Jose, and he's married to a sister who's a Puerto Rican. Her name is Yadira. And they have 6 children together. And they took this brother into custody yesterday, you understand? And my daughter saw it on Facebook, and she showed it to me, but I wasn't able to retrieve it because I'm not their Facebook friend. But it was sad. This brother, he's in the airport and like he's bidding farewell to his family, and he's like trying to be strong, but you know, the hurt that was coming from this brother was transformer. I felt what he was feeling to a degree. I felt for that brother so bad. Shalom says, Yahweh Shema Thumba Shema Shah. Shalom, Yahweh Shema Thumba Shema Shah. I felt for this brother so bad, you know, because he was being deported. I don't know where they sent him, you know what I'm saying, but he was deported and somebody videotaped it, you know, and it hurt because me and this brother, like we used to have family outings together and get together. And I remember going to his birthday, Salakia, and this was about 2012, 2013. He had a birthday party, and I went to his house, and he had a whole mariachi band in the house. And I never forget that. And we had a great time with his brother, a hardworking man. He was deported. You know what I'm saying? And just destroyed the whole family. You know what I'm saying? And that really, it really ticked me off. It really hurt me. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the first person that I actually knew that was deported. You understand? So that motivated me to do this class tonight, because I was really going to continue with from last week, the second part of the prophetess, the female, the sister prophets, which I'll do at a later date because I do have enough for a part 2. Okay. But we're going to get into the mindset of the devil so that we can understand and be grateful that we do have this truth and that we're able to see the true character of this devil, man, and the way he thinks and the way his mind works. You understand? And by the grace of the Most High God, in the name of Christ, we're able to discern this and see it. Okay? So that's what we're going to get into tonight. Okay, so we got Elder Charles. I don't know who that is. Salakia, Sir Shalom Yahweh Ba'Shem Al Barakatah, Elder Charles checking in for this class from Jacksonville, Florida. Shalom, my brother. Welcome. We got Sister Tia and Yahweh Shema Thumba Shema Shad. And we got Trooper Quad Ibar, who I'm expecting to walk through this door any minute now. And he knows why. Okay. So with that being said, right? Okay, so I want everybody to go to, I'll read it because the brother's preoccupied right now. I want everybody to go to Job 9:24. Job 9:24, because this scripture right here, you know what I'm saying, is the beginning of everything pertaining to the devil. You understand? Because it gives you the height of his power. You understand? The understanding of who he is. You understand? And what he does, right? So, Lucky, let me get there too. So, all right. This is the book of Job, chapter 9. No, this is not Job. Okay, Salaki. This is the book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So when we break that part down, what it means is that the Most High brought about the circumstances where the devil or the wicked would have power on the earth. That's what the earth is given into the hand of the wicked means. It means that the wicked is in power on the earth. He is controlled. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So whatever is in your hand, you can do whatever you want to do with it. Right? So now, he covereth the faces of the judges thereof. You understand? Who are the judges? The judges are the Israelites. And why are we the judges? Because we're God's chosen, and unto us was committed the oracles of the Most High. Because the scriptures and the responsibility of giving the scriptures or producing the scriptures to the earth is our responsibility and nobody else. So we're the judges because the scripture says that we are. That Israel will judge angels and we will judge the earth. Of course, under Christ, that means that. And he covered the faces of the judges thereof. And this is the part that I always love. If not, where and who is he? If he's not the devil, then who the hell is?
Right.
If it ain't him, then who the hell is it? You understand? Because the white man is the devil. He's the wicked that the Bible is talking of here because
That's right.
he's in control of the earth, of course, and he also is the one that covereth the faces of the judges thereof. He made God white, God is white, and he made Christ white, and he made the Israelites, God's chosen people, white. That's what it means by he covereth the faces of the judges thereof. And why are we the judges? Because we're the most capable, because we adhere to the word of God.
Right.
Understand? And we teach it. So therefore, we have the right to judge according to the word of God, which is the greatest judgment that will ever be given. You understand? Where and who is he? If not, where and who is he? And this is what we say all the time. If the white man is not the devil that the Bible speaks of, then who the hell is?
Right.
That's the question. You understand? And let me tell you something. In this truth, we heard all kind of false answers. Arab, this and that and the other. You know. The white man is the devil. You understand? And he's the one that's bringing all the chaos and the wickedness and the hurt on the planet Earth, particularly against God's chosen people. Baba Shah, give me Ephesians 6 and 12. Because, see, today, literally today, he's showing himself to the world as to who he really is. Like the president of the United States, Donald Trump, he is the epitome of what a devil is.
That's right.
And every aspect and every scripture that we're going to go through today fits him. And I remember saying about a month ago, like Donald Trump is like the epitome of Esau. He's like Esau incarnate.
Oh, God.
You know what I'm saying? Because he has all the characteristics, man. You know what I'm saying? So read that when you get it.
Okay. It's the book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
You understand? So it's not a physical battle that we can go out there and whip them. You understand? That's not the battle for us. It's going to happen, but not by us. You understand? But we wrestle not against the flesh. The struggle is not against flesh and blood per se. Of course, there's physical oppression and violence that committed against us, but we'll get into that as we go on. But the real battle is between, as it says here, against principalities, right? So what are principalities? Principalities are ideas, doctrines that are against the Lord.
Come on.
You understand? Like Islam is a principality. It's a principle. Christianity is a principality. You understand? Leviticus is a principality. These are the things that we're struggling against. You know, and Leviticus is getting so powerful that they've appointed a Leviticus person to performing at the Super Bowl. An open Leviticus.
Who's that, sir?
Some guy named Bunny something.
Oh,
Bunny.
Bad Bunny?
Bad Bunny. Yeah.
Oh, he's gay?
Y'all didn't know that?
Yeah, I didn't.
Duh. Duh.
The water said.
When I first heard the name, I never heard of him before until recently. When I first heard the name, I said he's gay. Cause ain't no real nigga university type nigga call himself Money
That's true.
at all.
Oh, wow.
So this guy, and now I was watching a guy that I don't normally watch, and he showed video and footage of him as a transgender or as a what is it, transvestite, where he's dressed. What they call these ones that dress like a woman? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like RuPaul and them. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what they call them. They got so many names for them now. I don't know which one. But they used to be like RuPaul. They like dressers, some kind of dressers. Drag queen.
There you go.
Yeah. He was one of them. And he's going to perform at the Super Bowl. Now,
Right.
the most watched event in the United States, maybe in the world. I think only the World Cup in soccer surpasses the Super Bowl in viewership. Understand? And all of these kids that's going to watch is going to see this Leviticus guy perform, man. And it's a shame. But that shows you the power that they have, because they, you know, they intend from the whole world. You understand? Their goal is to have the whole world like them. And they're natural Leviticus.
Right.
They're natural. So the battle against principalities, against powers, and against rulers of the darkness of the world, this world. And the rulers of the darkness of this world are those people that are in charge and are capable of keeping us in ignorance. The ignorance is the darkness. The lies cover the darkness. You understand? And they're lying to the people all the time, every day. Like, to me, every time the devil opens his mouth, to me, he's lying. He has to prove that what he's saying is true. And I'm dead ass. Like, I don't believe nothing that he says. You understand? I like to keep up on politics and stuff like that, and I watched a lot of stuff. And, like, to me, they both lying. Like, you understand? Because, like, Trump didn't even have enough respect for the Democrats to sit down and negotiate with them. And now maybe up to 15 million people are going to lose their health care. All of us is going to pay higher premium for our health care. You understand? And it's subsidizing the tax cuts of the rich. And yes, she don't like the mic. You know, but like when you have, you know, we need to hear that. Okay? Okay? Put a mic over there with them. Don't be quiet. You got a lot of good things to say. Understand what I'm saying? Yeah, if you have any questions, who else lives? We got Beyond Security. We got Sister Nashamar. She's in 2 places at one time. I mean, it's amazing. Okay. So, and the spiritual wickedness of this world. The spiritual wickedness of this world, man. In high places. The rulers of darkness and against spiritual wickedness in high places, meaning the rulers are spiritually wicked. And Donald Trump is at the top of the list. He's so comfortable in his wickedness that he has no filters. I saw yesterday where he had, and this, he put his whole total intentions on blast. He had a MAGA hat that says Trump 2028. Y'all didn't see that? He had it on his desk when he was making fun of Chuck Schumer and what's the other handkerchief head Negro? I can't think of his name. No. He's a chief. He's the Speaker of the House, of the minority speaker. Man. He's from New York too, but he's a sucker. And a light-skinned guy with the green eyes, man. And Donald Trump did an AI post of him with a sombrero and a like a Mexican mustache, and was making fun of him. You know, I'm trying to think of his name, but it won't come to me. But it must not be that important.
Go ahead. You passing the mic?
Is it Mr. Al Green?
No.
Oh,
It's
Salaki.
damn. What's his name? Hakeem Jeffries. Him. Yeah, he's a entity that's like the minority speaker. Like he's the speaker for the Democratic congressman. Like he's the lead speaker. And he's just a sucker. I don't even want to spend no time for him. Like, because he'll stand up for Jewish people before he will stand up for his own people. You understand? That's why he's a sucker. Okay? So the spiritual wickedness is about all of the things that they're doing that are against God and God's chosen people. That's the spiritual wickedness that we're battling against. That's where the fight really is. You understand what I'm saying? Because that spiritual wickedness includes all of the evil and the harm and the oppression and the violence that's being done against our people. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, so-called. Shalom. You understand? That's where the battle is. That's where the battleground really begins for us. You understand? And for us, our weapons of warfare are not carnal. You understand? But it's spiritual. Our weapon, this is our weapon of warfare right here. The Bible is our weapon of warfare, how we battle the spiritual wickedness in high places in this earth. You understand? And that's what we're doing. Okay. So now, we watched the video Monday night. We watched the video Monday night where these, I think they were ICE agents, attacked this sister, this Hispanic sister, because she stood up and showed love for her man that was being deported. And they knocked her to the ground and got on top of her, you know. And these are the kind of things that we've been seeing. Like, I mean, just this past week just been crazy. So the man of perdition is revealing himself, of course. But it's up to us to make sure that he's recognized for who he is and what he does. You understand what I'm saying? Because the Christian church is never going to say anything against him. Because the Christian church is a part of the government. The Christian church is a branch of the government. And it has been since the creation of Christianity. You understand what I'm saying? Emperor Constantine, who presided over the Council of Nicaea, himself said it. You understand? One of these days, I'm going to bring that book in and read it. But anyway, with that being said, Baba Kashah. Oh, yeah. We got sodas in there. If you want soda, you know what I'm saying? Just help yourself. You understand? All right. So now, you know, so, you know, this help the brother out because we're going to be reading. So we're going to, okay. All right. All right. Most High Christ. So the next scripture that we're going to bring out is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 3 and 4. So what we deal with today is the mindset of the devils, man. How they think in their processes and why they do what they do. You understand? So give me, 2 Thessalonians. We're going to read 3 and 4. Baba Kashah.
I got it. Appreciate you.
Get Hebrews 12 and 16 for me, quiet bar. Hebrews 12 and 16.
Okay. It's the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall come, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed.
So don't let nobody fool you pertaining to who that man of perdition or who the devil is. You understand? Perdition is like the condition of hell. You understand what I'm saying? Who's bringing the condition of hell on the earth, particularly for the Israelites? You understand? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian.
Damn right.
The man of perdition, understand what I'm saying, is the deceiver.
That's right.
You understand? He's the man of perdition. Okay? Except there come a falling away, except there be some type of change.
Okay.
And I don't think that's going to happen until the man of perdition is revealed. So the man of perdition he's revealing himself. Now we are giving foreknowledge of him, but he's actually revealing himself by what he does. You understand? And everything that he does, the Bible prescribed it or pre-written it for us to know. And some of those things, like I said, the mindset of the devil is what we're going to get into today. But he has to be revealed. And so it's not like he's hiding anymore, because his actions and the things that he's doing in the world, for anybody that's really paying attention, is really obvious as to who the man of perdition is. You understand? So now, the son of perdition, so to speak. Okay? Let's go.
Keep going.
Is there more?
I thought you said verse 4.
Yeah. Salakia.
Come. Verse 4. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God.
So he opposes anything pertaining to God. Righteousness, you understand? Marriage, you understand? Any kind of righteous behavior, like he'll say that Leviticus, transgender, pansexual, which something I looked up yesterday. I didn't know what that was. Pansexual, and they got another one that I had to look up too. All of these things are considered valid by him. All of these things are valid to him. You understand what I'm saying? But righteousness is not valid. You understand? He's the man of perdition. You understand? Or you got something? What's that? Oh, we got an insect. So he opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God, all that is called righteous. He's against it. Understand? Taking care of poor people, he's against that. You understand? Giving people a fair shake in life, he's against that. Sharing the wealth, he's against that. You understand? So he's against everything, and he exalted himself, meaning he puts himself above anything that's good. Yeah. Yo, Salagia, go ahead and and break that fast. You know what I mean? And then enjoy yourself. You know. So, man, the water for that. Yeah, we don't gotta wait. We broke the fast already. You know what I mean, 7 o'clock. The sun went down. I had me a little sippy sip.
Yeah.
Okay. So, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped. Read.
Come. So that he as God sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is God.
So he wants the word. The word God means power.
That's right.
Or authority. You understand? That's not God's name. That's not the Most High's name. It just means power or authority. So he wants to show the world that he's the power and the authority in the earth. You understand? And in order to do that, he has to make base life, meaning he has to make everything in life on a low level, because that's the only way that he can look good.
Right.
That's the only way that you'll think that he's, rightfully in power. But he's not. You understand? Who opposes and exalted himself above all that is called God or that is worship, so that he, as God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. You understand? That's why he made all of the prophets white. He made the Israelites white. He made Moses white, Jesus white. God is white. God is white. You understand? So that's his purpose. His purpose is to exalt himself, because he's just like a person like that's a really terrible person, but he needs to bring other people down so that he could look like a good person.
Right.
That's him. That's his mindset. He knows he's the devil. He knows that he's the devil. You understand? And so in order for him to look good, he has to make wickedness normal. You understand? Because he looks good in wickedness, because that's his culture.
Right.
That's what he does. That's what he wants to bring about in the earth. That's it on 4, right?
Come on, cuz.
Quiet bar, give me what you got. Hebrews 12 and 16. See, the Most High has a way of letting us know exactly when he says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, then he gives you the wicked's characteristics. You understand? And the things that he does. And within the thing that he does, it reveals his mindset, the way he thinks. So we all know that on Monday, Commander General Yohana and General Hyman said that like his way of resolving all issues is violence,
Right.
and destruction.
Right.
Go ahead and read, bro.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright.
Read verse 17, and then we're going to go through it.
Verse 17. For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears.
So now we're going to break. So lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau. Esau is the name of the first Edomite.
That's right.
He's the father of all so-called Edomites or so-called white people.
Come on.
Understand? And he is a fornicator. Fornication meaning unlawful sex, which includes bestiality, libidicu, lesbianism, you understand, pornography, child pornography. You understand? All of these things are fornication.
Right.
He's the greatest fornicator in the world. He like, I'm telling you. Like when I learned about the Greeks, right? Like when I learned about the Greeks, like, the Greeks actually had a culture where the love of a man and a little boy or a young boy was greater than the love of a man and a woman. That's a fact, which is, anyway. For this is another thing. All of this is telling about his mindset. That's what we're getting into. There's no fornicator or profane. You understand? Profane is like profanity, wickedness, filth. That's profane, right? Who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. So we all know the story. The water, sis. Oh, no, I'm good. I got water. I'm good. The water. You got French? No, I'm good. So, now check this out. Y'all two my sons, right? I think both of you are young enough to be my son. So, wow. You the oldest. I'm going to make you Esau. You Esau. So you used to go out hunting and used to bring in food and you used to catch the deers and animals. And me, I was loving it because I was eating good because my son was the man. He'd go out there and get that food. So one day you go out hunting. You don't catch nothing. But by law, you supposed to get the majority of the inheritance by law. But one day you go out to hunt and you don't catch nothing. And you went out there, you was looking everywhere, but you couldn't catch nothing. And you hungry and you starving and you come back to the town. And your brother in there, he done started a nice pot of stew. Put that meat in there, but the meat ain't cooked yet because it's red pottage.
Right.
Meaning the meat is not cooked yet. You know, they love that. And so he said, yo, I'm hungry. I'm about to die. Give me some of that pottage, some of that stew you make. So he says, yo, okay, sell me your birthright. You understand? So he's thinking, well, yo, I'm going to tell him, yeah, I'm going to sell you my birthright, but I ain't really selling it to him. I'm going to trick him. I'm going to get some of his stew. You understand what I'm saying? And keep my birthright. You understand? This is his mindset. Like, for real. Did he really? He's such a wicked bastard that he really thought that his brother would have starved him. You understand what I'm saying? And he didn't think nothing about his birthright. So he sold it for a bowl of soup, a bowl of stew. That's him. You understand? Come on.
If I may, it seems to me like his brother already knew who he was to even ask him, you know what I mean, to sell his birthright. He knew. He already knew who he was. He saw his nature. That was his brother.
He knew, and also his mother knew.
That's right.
He knew from the womb.
Yeah, because they was fighting in the womb.
Right.
They
so
were
he already
different.
knew his nature.
That's right.
Yeah, right.
You understand? But or else he wouldn't attempt them. Yeah. You, my older brother, hey man, you get the birthright, I'll get a little something. You know, that's what a normal dude would. But this dude right here,
he knew it.
He knew it. But this is real. Let's get more.
Come on.
Read verse 17 again.
For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected.
You understand? He thought that he was slick, and he thought that he could sell the birthright and dishonor what he did and still get the birthright. But he was rejected because it wasn't for him. For he found no place of repentance. He didn't want to change.
He didn't care.
He didn't care. You understand? This is him. You understand? But this is the good one. This is the good one. Go ahead and read it.
Though he sought it carefully with tears.
Please give me my birthright, Dad. Give me a blessing. Crocodile tears, man. He was faking the whole thing.
Right.
Because he don't
care.
He don't care. He don't care about nothing. Right. He just want what he wants. You understand what I'm saying? He was trying to deceive his brother and his father too, and his mother. Right. But he can't fool the most. He can't fool the Most High.
That's right.
That's why he's the deceiver. He deceived himself. And then after he sold his birthright, imagine that. Imagine your dad is rich and you get all the inheritance and somebody say, yo, sell me your inheritance for a bowl of soup, man. That's crazy. But that's how it is. So now, that's it on 17, right?
Come with
He's
come.
the fornicator, he's profane, and he's a liar, and he's a reject. He's a reject. But the world doesn't view him as a reject because he's in power. So everybody has to bow down to him because he's in power. Understand? So now, give me Psalms 36. So this one is, I love this right here.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to read Psalm 36, verses 1 through 4. Quiet bar, give me Psalms 2, verses 2 and 3. But we're going to go to Psalm 36. We're going to read 1 through 4.
Come on, guys. Let me go ahead, sir.
Baba Kasha.
Come. It's the book of Psalms, Psalm 36, verse 1. The transgression of the wicked saith within my heart that there is no fear of the Most High before his eyes.
You understand? The wicked says, I ain't seen nothing that makes me want to fear God.
Damn.
There's nothing happening on this earth that makes me want to fear God. That's what he's saying. There is no fear of God before his eye, nothing he sees. Why does he feel that way? Because he's able to take whatever he wants.
Because he's in power, sir.
Because he's in power.
Come.
The earth is given. See, the devil don't understand. Like, the devil thinks that because he's greater than others, that's why he's in power. That's not so. That's why the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, meaning that the Most High brought about the circumstance for him to come into power as part of our punishment. This is our punishment. Because if we had obeyed the Most High God, this devil would have never came to power. He would have never came to power. Because according to the birthright and according to the prophecy, he's our servant. The elder shall serve the younger. He's the elder. We're the younger. Yabashim al-Shabrakata. Good to see you, black man. All right. Read verse 2.
Book of Psalms, Psalm 36, verse 2. For he flattereth himself in his own eyes.
Yeah, he's the man. Like, remember what I said. Trump is the epitome of all of these things that we're going to bring out. He flattereth himself all the time. He's the greatest. He's accomplished more in 6 months than any other president. You understand what I'm saying? He's the best administration. You understand? He, what did he say the other day? He ended 7 wars, which nobody knows what wars those were. So he flattereth himself, right? In his own eyes. Like, he's the only one that really thinks that he's the greatest. Like, you understand? And the way that other people think that he's greatest because he's the bully on the block. He has the biggest stick. You understand? And so people are afraid of him. They don't like him. They don't love him. But they're afraid of him because he dropped 2 bombs on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. You understand? Without hesitation. They've been afraid of him ever since. Yeah. He got game because he got backup. You understand what I'm saying? But they're afraid of America. You understand what I'm saying? What they're posturing to do is to make sure that America doesn't take advantage of them again. That's their posturing. But the weaponry that America has can destroy the world like several times over.
Right.
And this devil will do it rather than to share the earth. He'll do it. So they don't love him. They're afraid of him.
Right.
We're going to see. Read verse 3. No. Finish verse 2. Salakia. Now, this is heavy, y'all. I need y'all to listen to this part right here.
Damn right. Until his iniquity be found to be hateful.
His iniquity. His iniquity is his sin. His evil that he does is based on hate. That's what it's telling you. His iniquity is found to be hateful.
Right.
That's heavy. Because that's why he's doing so much against blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Right.
Because he has a perpetual hatred of us, which we're going to bring out a little bit later. But his iniquity is found to be hateful.
That's right.
Read on.
Come. Verse 3. The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit.
Every time he opened his mouth, he lying. That's what it's saying.
For sure.
The words of his mouth, Salaki, remember we in a class.
Come.
The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. The words of his mouth are iniquity, which is sin and evilness,
Right.
and deceit. He's always lying. Always. He's always lying. I don't believe nothing he say. And I mean that.
Damn
For
right.
real. Every time he opens his mouth, I assume that he's lying.
Come.
Read on.
Come. He hath left off to be wise and to do good.
He said, the hell with being wise and good. The hell with that.
You don't care.
I'm going to be evil as hell because that's how I prosper. He can't prosper. He can't coexist with truth. He coexists and he thrives in deceit and evilness. And he knows it. You understand? He knows it. But more importantly, the Most High knows it. And he's telling us so that we would know it. You understand? He have left off to be wise. To hell with being wise. And to do good. To hell with doing good. Read on.
Come. Verse 4. He deviseth mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good.
You understand? He devises, like, you ever notice, right? Every day Trump got some new wickedness to do to
Sure
blacks,
do.
Hispanics, and Native. Every damn day he wake up with something. Today, they was having this military meeting with these generals, or was it yesterday? He blamed that on us. DEI, no more DEI in the military. You understand? They too soft on the minorities. The minorities are getting promotions that they don't deserve. It's DEI. That's what he said. So even the function and the problems within the military, they want to add us to the negativity connected to it because they want to blame us for everything.
Right.
When they killed Charles Kirk, that morning, before they even knew who the killer was, Trump was trying to say that it was a black man that did it.
Good night.
Yeah, they was threatening HBCUs. Because, look, when he campaigned, he wanted to blame the Hispanics.
Right.
He wanted to blame the Hispanics. He wanted to focus on the negativity would be on them. You understand? Because it's like 3-card Monte. You understand? It's a distraction while you figure out where the P is at. It ain't no P. You understand what I'm saying? The P is only there for the first round. And then the person that's with him finds the P. Then the P disappears. It's a distraction.
Right.
And white people go for it. Like, because it's against us and they have a perpetual, which means never ending hatred of us. They with it. You understand? They with it and they rock with him. They know he's wicked. A child could watch Trump and see that he's wicked. Give him the mic. Give him the mic.
He doing so much that he can't even keep up with himself.
That's hella fly because that's so true. Because sometimes he say the dumbest, like, I can't remember. He said something the other day, man, I almost fell out of the chair. And then today he said, I don't remember what he said the other day, but he said something really stupid. Today he said that he's going to sell, people are going to be able to buy healthcare directly from the pharmaceuticals, and that it's the pharmaceutical prices is going to go down 300%.
That's free.
What? That's not free. That means they paying you to get it. That's what he said. He said that he's going to have direct outlets where you can buy your pharmaceuticals directly from the companies and the pharmaceutical prices is going to go down 300%. Well, that means that they're overcharging us now at just the least, which they are, of course. Like the same, and we found out this during COVID, the same medicine that we buy here in America is like half the price in Canada.
Come
And
on.
it's from the same company. Because the pharmaceutical lobby in America, you understand what I'm saying, pays them off and they allow it.
Mm.
So now what Trump is trying to do, he's trying to get some of that cash. I'm trying to tell you. You understand?
Come on.
He devises mischief upon his bed and setteth himself up to benefit from it
That's right.
in a way that is not good. Read on.
Come on. He abhorreth not evil.
Abhorreth means he's not doing anything against evil, because abhor is to take action against.
That's right.
It's not just to have a hatred. You have to take action against. To abhor something means you've taken action against whatever it is that you abhor.
Come on.
It's not just hatred. Like you can hate something and never do anything about it. But if you abhor, you understand, you have to be taking some action. So he doesn't abhor evil, meaning he ain't doing nothing against evil at all. He's welcoming it. That's what that means. So now, you holding Psalms 2 and 3? This is the mindset. What we understanding here is the mindset of this devil. You understand?
Khan. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 2, verse 3. Let us break their bands asunder.
Start at verse 2.
Salakia, verse 2. Book of Psalms, chapter 2 and verse 2. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointing, saying,
Hold on.
Salakia.
His anointed is his chosen.
Right.
The kings of the earth, the rulers of the earth are against us. They know that if they allow us freedom to be us, that their rulership is over. Read it again from the top.
Book of Psalms, chapter 2 and verse 2. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord
You understand?
and against his anointing.
So that's why when you could get a Israeli or a small hat woman who's the head of some organization, she can say that with all the things going on in the world, and they cry about Hamas and these other terrorist groups, which are really freedom fighters, in my opinion, she can say, and she said this publicly, that their main enemy and their main problem is young black men. You can look it up. They fighting Hamas, Iran with nuclear weapons and missiles, and they worried about you. Understand what I'm saying?
Why you think that? Salakia, why you think that is?
That's a good goddamn question.
Right.
I am so glad that you asked that question, because they know who you are. That's why. They know who we are. You understand what I'm saying? Like the scripture says in in Deuteronomy 32, I think in 26, it says that your name, he will cause our names to be forgotten among men. If you can get it for me. I think it's 32. The sister got a question. Go ahead.
To destroy them.
Absolutely. We're the target. We're going to see, like what you're saying is absolutely true. We're the targets, even though we have no power. So if you're in school and you're strong and you're physically fit, right? And there's a cat in the school, he's a weakling. Are you worried about him? Hell no. If you're in a race you're a sprinter and you're in a race, and there's a cat who's a handicap with a boot on. Are you worried about him? We're perceived as the weakling. We're perceived as the one with the big heavy boot on in the race. Because I'm going to show you how they doing it. It's right in here. I'm going to get to it. I don't want to get too much ahead of myself. We're the ones, you understand what I'm saying, that are made to seem less than because we're the greatest people that ever walked the face of the earth. And they know it. So now, do you think, just give me just 1 second, do you think that they don't know that they have those scriptures and they don't know who we are?
Right.
And they know. But what they intend to do is to deceive the whole earth. Did you find what I was looking for? It's 32. Let me see if I can find it. No. Listen to it. Let me get it. It's in chapter 32, or it might be 33. But let me get it real quick. So what you was gonna say, brother, while I find this thing?
I was going to say, Salakia, if I may, I was going to say that, you know, they know that we strong, you know, and they work so hard to brainwash us, to make us think that we less than. Like you said, they changed all the images.
32 and
They
26.
changed the images of Christ. They changed the images of you know, they whitewash everything, right? So if, you know, like the generals was saying the other day about our superheroes, you know, we don't have that. You know what I'm saying?
Like, and they make sure of that. Because, see, what they really want to do with us is to destroy us off the face of the earth, because that's the only way that they can rule.
Salaki, I want to say one more thing.
Go ahead.
I want to say one more thing about you know, what they doing to the younger men, our younger generation, calling them YNs and everything like that. Like, yeah, we fall for it. We do fall for it because, you know, like my grandmother said, oh, you think that's cute? You know what I'm saying? It's not, but they know our strength. They know that these young ones coming up, they fearless. Because they don't have, you know what I'm saying? You done took everything from them already. So they don't have nothing. So yeah, I can see why she said that's the main threat. You know, because if they wake up,
exactly, she knows it. You understand what I'm saying? But it sounds crazy on the surface, but she knows that it's truth. And all this is just another division, because division is his main number one weapon. Division, which is negative mathematics. You're dividing, you're taking away.
Right.
You understand? So he's like, when Adam and Eve, the whole thing is a story that they never focus on is the division between a man and a woman that he started.
Right.
That's what he did. He waited till the woman was away from the man, her strength, and he beguiled her. So that's what he's doing to our children. You know, if the father's not there, yeah, they're gonna fall for everything, man. Yeah. So they definitely want to deceive us. And see, there's a scripture. Give me what you got there first. And I just want y'all to understand something here. You might already understand it, but I'm just gonna bring it out. Read that.
Come. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 26. I said I would scatter them into corners. I would make the remembrance of them to cease from among men.
You understand? So the remembrance of who we are has ceased among men. Meaning, like, the average Joe don't know who we are. But them devils at the top, they most certainly know who we are. They most certainly know.
Salakia. I was gonna say, it seemed like they get real upset when they see us happy as well, like we not destroyed. You understand? Like they like, oh, this one, he kind of fitting through the crack. He not as sad and destitute as the other ones. let me do something. And like I realized, like they said, they just can't stand to see that happiness. They're
And-
not happy at home.
And this, the brother's absolutely right. What he's saying is heaven, because what they want you to do, they want you to have a fake happiness. They want you to feign happiness. They don't really want you to be happy. And they know that you can't be happy under oppression. They know that, but they want you to pretend. Like, remember when we was in slavery, they would pretend. Yeah, they want you to pretend that they feel that you. Hey, why are you not smiling, darky? Why you ain't happy? Show me some mirth. Sing one of those old songs of Jerusalem. You understand? They want us to feign happiness while they know they're destroying us.
Right.
And that's another distraction. You understand what I'm saying? That's why they give you, you understand, the culture that they're doing. They got this movie out. I tried to watch it, but it's called Boaz and Ruth. It's like a modernization of the story in the Bible between Boaz and Ruth. And the very first scene, the sister that's playing Ruth, she walks on the set in hot pants, like a, you know, I turned it off. I said, man, please. They didn't understand. Even though if you watch the movie, it probably has a moral story at it. And I probably one day I'll watch it. You know, because they got, what's the young sister name? It's Common and what's the spelling bee girl? Akia and the bee. What's her name? I can't think of her name, but she's playing the woman that's Ruth in the movie. And in the first scene, she walks out there and she's a singer, but she's the imagery. See, they don't understand the image, the damage of the imagery. You understand? And that's the problem. You understand? The images that I give us, that they give us. One of the things that people don't realize, say Keke Palmer, yeah, she's in the movie. And one of the things that we don't realize is that there was a war fought over who was going to control the images. Back in the early 1900s, they literally fought a war in New York City. When they discovered motion pictures, they immediately understood the power of it. And the first big movie that they made was what? It was that movie, Birth of a Nation, where black men was portrayed as devils trying to devour white women. That was the first blockbuster movie in the history of the world.
Hey, Salakia, if I may. So you saying that, right? It came across the timeline today. It was a boxer, I guess, in that was what was his name?
Jack Johnson.
Jack Johnson, right? Right?
Well, they created new laws for that.
Right. Before Muhammad Ali. Right. So was he around before the movie or
Around that time.
Yeah.
Around the same time.
Yeah.
He was knocking them white boys out, but why they really hated him more is because he was knocking them white women out. You know what I mean? You know, and yeah, so the Mann Act, the same law that they got P. Diddy on for transporting women across state line for the purpose of prostitution. That's what they convicted Diddy of. And Chuck Berry. Yeah, Chuck Berry, he said he used to sleep in his car because he said he wasn't going to sleep in them hotels. They wanted him to sleep in the little hotels they set aside for niggas in the back, and he wouldn't do it. And they hated him, and he was doing them in the car. And white women, he said they used to line up. That's my boy. Chuck Berry was he's the real king of rock and roll.
That's
for
right.
real.
That's right.
Chuck Berry was he was an innovator, man. If you see some of his early tapes, which they don't show no more, and you see the dances that he was doing and the way he played the guitar, he was a bad dude. Yeah, because they don't want they want to hide all the truth.
Well, Elvis was with them young girls too.
Yeah.
Elvis was
Was she like 14 years old?
He was the original. He was the original.
But with him, it was I. It's I. You know, not for Diddy though. But for him, it was I. And he stole everything. You ever see they got a video out of the black man that Elvis stole his style? Yeah, he sound like Elvis, sound like him. He don't sound like Elvis. Elvis sound like him.
Right.
Took all his dance moves and all
So they
that,
don't create nothing.
which he couldn't really even do the brother's moves. He
Right,
just
that's-
did part of it.
They don't create nothing.
Right.
And that's what Stephen
Get-
Miller said,
when you
but
get
that
a
was
chance.
really his story.
When
Right?
you get a chance, find Jacob is the former of all things. Come on, let me get back to these scriptures. Most High in Christ. Your comments and everything is welcome.
That's right.
But for the younger people that might not understand these things, you got to understand who this devil is and his mindset.
Little bit more
Come on with it.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 2 and verse 3. Let us break their bands us under and cast away their cords from us.
So now, who is the bands? Let us break their bands. Who is the there?
Israel.
Yes.
Us.
Because the bands are the things that bind us together. You understand what I'm saying? So make blacks hate Hispanics. Make Hispanics hate blacks.
Right.
Make Negroes hate West Indians. You understand? Make West Indians hate Hispanics. You understand? That's breaking our bands. Give them
So
the
like it and make us think we Africans.
That's a excellent band, a breaker right there. Because they want us to think that we're Africans. The water for that. You understand? Because we are not Africans at all.
Right.
Like, I don't want to get into it. I had a lot of experience with Africans, and brother, we are not like them at all.
Goddamn
They
right.
stink.
I was like, damn, was we really like these niggas? God damn. Nah, the water says we good. I'm good. You got it. Read that for me, bro.
Come. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 16. The portion of Jacob is not like them.
Hold it right there. The portion, you know the whole thing. We're not like them.
Right.
That's what he's saying. We're not like them. And I want you young brothers to never forget this. I want you to hear this and hear this
Damn
good.
right.
And I'm going to break it down for you. And don't ever forget it. Come on.
Come. For he is the former of all things.
For he is the former, meaning we're the inventors. We create everything.
Right.
Like one of the most amazing things that stunned me was when I came to the truth and they was reading on the Sabbath service that we had a frying pan 3,000 years ago.
Most High in Christ.
That was amazing to me. I thought they invented frying pans in 1929
Damn.
or something. You know, you know what I'm saying?
Come.
And there's a scripture where they're frying chicken in a frying pan. That's what I'm talking about. So Jacob is the former, meaning he forms or creates everything.
Come.
You know, at one point, I don't know if it's true to this day, but at one point that 40% of the patents of the United States belong to black people. And just imagine all the ones that they stole. And the sister was just bringing out today that there's this brother who invented a means to take plastic into, yeah.
What?
No, that is a world-changing technology.
Oh, really?
All of you ever see that floating island of plastic in the Atlantic Ocean?
Yeah.
That means that all of that would be valuable. And ships will be going out there to get it because it'll be valuable. Because you could turn it into energy.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And this is the second brother that tried to do it. I remember back in the 80s, it was another brother in Queens, New York, who was trying to do it, but I don't know what happened to him. Who was trying to do the same thing. But no, he was trying to do it with garbage. He wasn't trying to do it with the plastic. He was trying to turn garbage into energy. So yeah.
I don't know if you remember the black sheriff. There was a black sheriff, he was an inventor.
With the
He
water.
make the water
Yeah,
hydrogen.
yeah.
He disappeared too.
Yeah, he did. Because you see, this is the thing about the science and the law of what God made. Energy is transferable. It doesn't disappear. It just transforms into another form. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the basis of all of that. It's just how you can transform it and make it reusable. That's the issue. But we're the former of all things. My G. We're the formers of all things. What does that mean?
Salakia.
It says, read it again.
Come.
Just the form of all things part.
Come. For he is the former of all things.
So when you form something, that means you're shaping it or making it. So when it says we're the former of all things, what does that mean?
We make a lot of
Yeah, we
Sounds
make.
right.
We're the former of all things. Like we're the origin of all type of inventions and technology. If you take the inventions of Israelites, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you understand, away from America, America would go back into the Stone Age.
Right.
Understand? Okay, read on.
Come.
No, that's it on that.
Right.
Isaiah, you finished Psalm, right? Give me Isaiah 32, 6 and 7, because we got to get back to the mindset of the devil. Young man Eric, give me Nahum 3 and 4. And Shaw, you give me Habakkuk chapter 2, verses 6 and 8. 6 through 8, we're going to read.
Right when you had. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 32 and verse 6. For a vile person will speak villainy.
That's right. A vile person is a dirty person.
Right.
When you're vile, you're filthy minded. He will speak villainy. That's what Trump does every day. And who's the villain? Us. We're the villain to him. So the vile person, and he's a dirty dog, will speak villainy. Read on.
And his heart will work iniquity.
And his heart will work iniquity, meaning his mind is always on evilness. His mind is always on wickedness. That's what it means when it says his heart. Your heart in the Bible is your mind.
Right.
Because your heart doesn't think. Your heart doesn't contain information. You understand? Read on.
To practice hypocrisy.
To practice hypocrisy every day. Hypocrisy is saying one thing and doing another.
Right.
You understand? And I mean, I saw today, I don't remember this woman's name. She's the White House press secretary. And she's one of the greatest detractors or deflectors or liars that I ever witnessed in my life. You ever watched her? She's the little blonde hair woman. She's the spokesman. She's the press secretary for Trump. And I don't know her name either, but I know her face. And I'd be watching her. I don't care about her name. And I'd be watching her. And this woman, man, I'm going to tell you, I never seen a better liar in my whole life. In my whole life. She could take the truth and spit it into a lie and have you believe it. She's very good. That's why they gave her the position. You understand what I'm saying? So they speak villainy, which is evil, right?
Right.
Read on.
And his heart work iniquity.
So his mind works evil. Iniquity is evil and sin. The heart is the mind. Come on.
To practice hypocrisy and to utter error against the Lord.
Say the wrong thing against the Lord. You understand? Yeah, that's the wrong thing. God loves everybody. I almost forgot. God loves everybody. That's an error against the Lord because the Most High hates him. So hey, man, God loves everybody. He got to love me too. You understand? But God hates him, and he says it at least twice in the Bible,
Right.
Right.
that he hates the white man, and rightfully so. And whatever the Most High hate, we hate.
That's right.
That's it. It's not wrong to hate your enemy. Not. So now, read on.
To make empty the soul of the hungry.
To make empty the soul. Now, we talked about the soul yesterday, right? What is the soul? Say it in the mic.
Salaki, you.
That's your
life.
You understand? He wants you to be hungry. He wants you to starve. You understand? He wants to starve you out, like they starving out those Palestinians over there. And they're going to make an attempt to do it. Trust me. Understand? When the things that Commander General Your Honor tells us, man, please don't take it for lightness, man. He's the chief prophet on the planet Earth right now. And you better believe it. Because everything, like I've seen him prophesy and his prophecies come to truth, to pass. You understand? And he's telling us to prepare, make sure you keep a good amount of food in your house and water, and say in case of emergencies. Don't worry, the Most High got us. But we have to be wise. We're going to get more.
It's a little more.
Come on.
And he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail.
You understand what I'm saying? Meaning, he starve you to death, and you won't be able to drink. Whatever you want, meaning whatever you need, he's going to deprive you of it. That's what it's talking about. That's why he's going to make healthcare almost, unaffordable. But he's going to do it in a way. Remember, he's going to have the pharmacies selling it to you direct. He's going to do it in a way where the pharmaceuticals are not losing money. Come on, sis. To everything, hey man, like this sister brought that to my attention a few months ago, and I promised to do a class on it, and I am, because they are actually performing it. Like it's the policy of the United States. It's Project 2025 or whatever the hell. It is actually their policy now. Like this healthcare thing, you understand, firing all them sisters, 350,000 sisters were fired from their government jobs, because those were the jobs that those sisters went to college, and they got a little education, and those was the jobs that the government gave them. And they did their jobs well. But of course, they're the last hired and the first fired. He fired 250,000, and then another 100,000 comes from other industries because they got rid of DEI. And you got something.
Yeah, Salaki, if I may, a lot of white folk ain't going for that. They gonna fight each other.
Oh, okay. You mean going for what?
They ain't going for the 2025 agenda. They're not going for them policies. They're not going for a lot of things. This is why they took out Charlie Kirk. This is why they in the street. They out here, they killing each other.
Okay, but see, you're right. But I wouldn't use Charlie Kirk. You know why? Because that young man killed Charlie Kirk because he was living and having a relationship with a transgender. And Charlie Kirk was speaking against the transgender.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So it's definitely they don't agree, because the whole battle here in America is between two different factions of devils. The right wing and the left wing of the same bird.
That's right.
Understand? And in order for the bird to fly, the right wing and the left wing have to work together to some degree. That's why the Bible calls him an eagle. Hopefully we'll get to that one. Okay. There's some more there, brother. You read
yeah,
yeah,
I read Salaki, I read 6. Want to go to 7?
go to 7.
The instruments also of the churl are evil.
You understand? Churl is like, you know, when they throw blood and stuff in the water to catch sharks and stuff.
Right.
That's churl.
Okay.
You understand? The instrument also of the churl are evil. You understand what I'm saying? The way he hunts, the way he sucks you in is evil. You understand? Read on.
He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words.
So look at AI.
Right.
Man, I'm telling you, AI is going to be very, I mean, today, it's funny that I would say that. Anyway. Today, the Hollywood made a big stink because they created the first AI movie. Okay, sis, you be safe. Okay, shalom. And the water for coming out. All right. You as well. Thanks for coming out, sis. Now, Shema. So, where was I? The instrument also of the churl, and he devises wicked devices. Devices could be a mechanical device or it could be a scheme.
Right.
A scheme is a device as well. You understand? Where you devise something to destroy something else. That's what it's talking about. So they, in Hollywood today, they made a protest because they created a short movie of total AI. And so the actors and the actresses, they say, yo, I ain't gonna get paid. They're gonna just make an AI actress. Those are the wicked devices, the internet.
Wow.
Wicked
Yeah,
devices.
So soon, Salakia, if I may. So soon you're not going to be able to tell what's reality and what's not.
Yeah. Because that would make, when it says they make good evil and evil good, that's what that is.
Only
It's
way to know
false
the
imagery.
truth is if you come in here.
Yeah. And we clap it up. We're blessed to be in here and to know what's going on. Because that way we won't fall into the trap of Christianity, fake Israelite groups, Islam. All of them is falling into the trap, man. And I'm going to show you the trap. I'm going to show you the trap.
And Salakia,
Go
I
ahead.
took a picture of the YouTube. You know, I was watching YouTube earlier, and the video on the top of the video, it had, you can generate whatever this girl hugging whatever she want. And you could think about it was like using AI. I can imagine they could get you hugging a dude. They could get you hugging anything they want
They
or
had
doing whatever they want at some point. Salaki.
the Most High in Christ. They had a picture of Diddy kissing LeBron James. You saw that? They had Diddy kissing LeBron James on the mouth.
Better be careful. Better be careful.
That is crazy. But that's what they do. So they create these wicked devices with lying words. So if you see an image, you understand? The image is a lie, but to make it believable, they tell you another lie. You understand? They create, where was it? Where is it? Wicked devices to destroy the poor. Why is the poor always the target? Exactly. Because they don't have power and they can't resist and they could be manipulated. That's why the poor is the target. That's why Christ says that the poor are going to inherit the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
That's us. We poor. We're not poor. We poor. You understand? So, like, I be reading the scriptures, right? And a guy, like, he works for 7 years and pays off his house and his debts in 7 years. Has his own cattle as us. It wasn't working. And that was if he was indebted to someone. You understand? They got you now. You work 30, 40 years to pay for your house. You really pay for 2, 3 houses. Yeah, you pay double.
They try to work it till you're 70 to get
Yeah.
Social Security that you may not even.
Yeah, because black people die at 67.
And they know that. Look, they know that. Eh? Yo.
So, Lucky, I don't want to let go. I'm 67 right now. I got that. Y'all pray for me now. But I'm already getting a little Social Security. You understand? Because I knew the system and I stepped ahead of the game. So, you understand? But Lord be with me. Lord protect me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm 67. And the average black man lived to be 67. And the average black woman lived to be, I think, is 72 or 74 around there, something like that. Yeah, that's it. You know, just because you see them old grandmas on Facebook, that ain't the, you know, you got a lot of young sisters dying 35, 40 in these streets, man. You understand? The oldest person in America is a black woman, by the way. Again. You understand? I think she's 115. Mm-hmm. Like like people like when you read the book of Genesis and you see people living 300-400 years, people don't believe that. They didn't think that's a fairy tale. That's true. People was living. The water was pure, healthy. You understand what I'm saying? Everything was good. The air was clean and fresh. You understand? And it's going to be like that again. You understand? The scripture said that we're going to serve with Christ 1,000 years. So how are you going to serve if you're dead? That's what I'm talking about. Hey, man, 1,000 years is good. Shit, 100 years is good. But 1,000 years? That means you're going to get old when you get about 600. Hey, man, this is real talk. Okay. Finish up 7.
He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right.
The needy is us. The poor is the needy. Poor people need shit. So even when the needy tell him what's right, even when we tell them, yo, you can't do this, you're going to hurt these people. You can't deport all these people because you're destroying families. You understand? You can't raise the health care. We barely making it now. Even when we say the things that are right, he don't give a damn.
Right.
Because we're the vicks. We're the victs. The white man is the devil.
That's right.
That the Bible speak of. Who's holding Nahum? Come on.
Kawakan is the book of Nahum, chapter 3, verse 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot.
Now let's stop right there. The multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored whore. This is the whore that's spoken of in Revelation. A whore will sell herself. You understand? And it's not talking about a female. This is just, they give the example of the whore as a female, but it has nothing to do with women at all. These whores are men. You understand what I'm saying? The well-favored whore is the nation. You understand? And America's the whore. America sells out his own people. Let me give you some examples. In 1974, President Nixon went to China. And so they sold us out. All of the manufacturing that was done in Detroit, the car manufacturing, all the factories. I remember when I was living in the Bronx, there was a big factory right down the street from me on 163rd and Caldwell Avenue. And there was factories everywhere. Detroit was a thriving city that they sold us out. And China was a backward nation, cut off from the world. As early as 1974. And they went over there, the water. We went over there and cut deals so that they could be manufacturers, so that the American companies could increase their profits and cut the wages of the American worker. As a whore. To this day. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if you could go back in time to 1974, China wasn't even a problem. China was a weak-ass nation. But they began to steal all of the technology, even the technology that we gave them, that wasn't enough. They stole a lot of technology, and they've surpassed America in certain technology. But that's the whore. You understand what I'm saying? So now they sent 9 military ships and 2 squadrons of planes to Puerto Rico, and 9 military ships off the coast of Venezuela, because Venezuela and Guyana is disputing this vast oil field off the coast of what was Guyanese territory. But since the oil came on, the Venezuelans want some of that oil. And America, who has a favorable connection with Guyana, and Venezuela already has more oil than Saudi Arabia, you understand what I'm saying? They want to make sure that Venezuela doesn't become a power. You understand what I'm saying? Right now, there's 9 American warships off the coast of Venezuela, and they sent 2 squadrons, and they got 2,500 Marines on a ship ready to invade. All they need is provocation. That's it. To provoke Venezuela. Like, remember a couple of weeks ago, they reported that 2 Venezuela planes flew over the American warship? America could have shot them down. You understand what I'm saying? But they was in their right to do so because America was close to their territory. So when I'm saying looking for provocation, blowing up those 3 ships, those 3 boats, who was allegedly drugged. They didn't find no drugs, to my knowledge. They blew up those 3 boats. Those were Venezuelan citizens. Don't worry about what's going on in the street. Don't worry about that. They blew up 3 Venezuelan boats saying that they were drug runners. Okay, they're drug runners, right? Captured them, which they could have easily done. Find out where the drugs came from, throw the drugs in the ocean. No, they got to put on the show because it's a distraction. Come on. So they're setting up the provocation. You understand what I'm saying? They want to provoke. You seen these videos of the president of Venezuela? He talking mad shit. You better shut the fuck up. You better shut the fuck up.
Salaki,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, didn't the U.S. do that with Iraq, Iran about the nuclear weapons? They basically provoked them to say, "Oh, it's weapons of
mass destruction," but it wasn't. That's what I'm saying. The provocation.
Just to go there.
You understand? They're going to try to provoke Venezuela to make a mistake. That's why I'm saying, like, and see the thing about Venezuela, right? Like, it's just like all the other countries in the Western Hemisphere. They're not the Native American Venezuela. Those are European Spaniards. You understand? That's running it. You understand? Just take a look at them real close. You understand? Because Spain conquered Venezuela.
They ain't go over there and set up no shop.
They did, but this is what Venezuela did. Venezuela nationalized, like you had Amco and what's the other one? Start with an S.
Speedway?
Sunoco and all of them. They had these contracts with these oil companies, but then they got slick because the oil companies were taking all the wealth, and Venezuela itself was corrupt too. And so what they did was they nationalized the oil, and which took away the profits from the American companies. That's what this is all about. So American companies want to get that oil so that they can maintain those profits. You understand? Come on, where we at?
Well, at the book of Nahum, chapter 3, verse 4.
The multitude of whoredoms, right? You understand? They'll sell their mama. That's what it's talking about. They'll sell their mama for a profit.
Right.
That's whoredom. They'll sell anything. Trump would sell America
Yeah, you would.
if him and his son could make $1. What you doing? Pizza's pretty good.
Kawakan, they want to sell us the air, air and water.
No, I'm gonna heat up one up after the class. It's good, man. Read on, brother.
Kawakan. I'm gonna just start from the beginning. Book of Nahum, chapter 3, verse 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts.
The mistress of witchcraft. What is drug dealing? It's witchcraft. Remember when we was growing up and the witch used to go in there and make a potion and put all of the ingredients in there and put it in your drink? Now they control you. Remember all that? That's witchcraft.
Right.
Drug dealing is witchcraft.
Slakia, I've heard they do it with the music,
Yeah,
like spells.
it's all kind of, stuff like that, but I don't know that much about it, so I'm not gonna speak on it. I don't know about putting spells and music and shit like that. I don't know nothing about that. So Salakia, I don't doubt that they do it. I remember to the brother, he's right, because I remember, I think it was back in the 80s or the 90s, they were saying like if you play it backwards, it was a demonic sound.
Oh no, I remember that. What? No. Like I said, you know what I mean? Like I said,
I know exactly what you mean.
Spirit on
I
the music.
don't know. See, I don't know that much about it.
Yeah, not to say it like that. What I'm saying is, you play some gangster music down you while you riding down the road, you might go a little faster. But if you play some R&B, hip hop,
I dig what you're saying.
Something 70s,
Right.
you're in a good
Because it's
mood.
playing to your senses.
It's playing
Right.
to, like I said,
to your flesh.
I can only listen to music before like 70s, 80s, 90s. I'll get in that mode.
Yeah.
That's a good feeling to have. But right now, I can't listen to whoever's out right now, even though I heard
Me
it
neither.
often. It make me feel some type of way.
I know exactly what you're talking
So
about.
like
brother. So
maybe Aggie.
the witchcraft that they're doing is all of what he's saying in the music. Like, what you're saying is absolutely right, because I remember hip hop in the inception of hip hop, you know what I'm saying, back in like 72 and stuff like that. When I was a teenager was when hip hop actually began in the modern form, right? And so hip hop was all about fun. I remember going to the clubs and nobody ever got shot. Now there was some fights because we niggas.
That's right.
So
Wow,
anybody
women
trying
around.
everything was copacetic and cool, that's a lie.
That's right.
It was fights,
Yeah.
it was disputes. Who was the best DJ?
Yeah.
Remember Rakim said, yo, when they messed with him, he used to run and tear up the equipment and run and jet. Remember that? Anyway, when hip hop changed, it went from about having fun, and then when what's the brothers used to talk, Public Enemy, and when all that righteous rap started coming out, them white folks said, hell no. They shut it down and they came out with kill your brother, your woman's a bitch. Yeah. Yeah, all of them. So now let me tell you how they did it. I know we're going to run out of time, but I'm going to tell you how they did it. And it was very easy. And I can prove it and you can look it up. You know what they did? How they did it? They killed Tupac and Biggie. When they killed, you can look this up. When they killed Tupac and Biggie, every nigga that had a record label sold their record label out of fear to Sony. Because remember, my sister used to work in the Bronx for what's the name of them? Boogie Down Productions. My sister used to work in there. And all of these brothers, Jay-Z, all of them started their own companies. And if I'm lying, you come back and tell me. When they killed Tupac and Biggie, all them niggas sold their companies up. They took the deal. And that's when the devils got control of hip hop, and it's been downhill ever since. Yeah. It's a fact. You understand? Who? Yes, he did. He doesn't own it. It's like a subsidiary of Sony. You dig what I'm saying? But no, you don't. Sony owned Michael Jackson. No, he bought no. He bought their what they call it? Yeah, that's it. That don't mean you own the company. You mean that means that you profit off of every if you sell yeah, you get a percentage. Yeah, but you know, Sony owned the company. And when Michael Jackson was killed, in my estimation, they got all of that back. And guess who's gonna inherit Michael Jackson's wealth? The Edomites.
That's right.
Was Michael Jackson's mother. I love her, man. She put up a good fight, but she did not win. That's the whole point. Why do you think that they sick those white women on those NBA players? Why do you think they promote the LGBTQ? I love basketball. And I was watching the game last night between Las Vegas and who was it? Indiana, the WNBA. And like they all gay. Like it was a sister, I forget her name. A couple of years ago, she came out and she said she quit basketball. She was one of the best players because she was heterosexual. It might have been Maya Moore. I don't. She got in. Yeah. She got like 3 or 4 titles. She was a bad girl. She quit in her prime because they was beriding her so much, berating her because she was straight. And she told a story. I think she wrote a book about it. I don't know. What's her name again? Maya Moore. She was a bad girl. I think she come out of Chicago. She was a bad girl. She was a bad basketball player. And she quit. And everybody, oh, she quit for. A couple of years later, she said, hey, man, all them bitches is lesbians and gay. And if you don't get down with it, look at Caitlin. What's her name? Caitlin Clark. That's a ugly and imagine waking up and seeing that face. Good googer booger. And I seen her. She got a woman. What? They got the New York Liberty is the ugliest woman basketball team in the history of the world. You ever seen them? Yo, I'm telling you. Go home and just type in New York Liberty players. I'm telling you, all of them is ugly. All of them. But they got this one chick. She's the best. She's white, and she's their best player, and she's good. And she looked like the bottom of a bad toe.
Of a club foot. The funny thing is, she young.
Yeah.
Imagine what she gonna look like later.
Right. Yeah. She gonna look like witchy poo. Like, and she got a woman. I seen him. I seen no, it's a woman. It's a real. No, it's a real woman. Because this was promoted in the world. They came out of the closet.
Come on.
See, one of the privileges and the honors of being old is I've seen the world change 3 times. And I remember when you didn't see no homosexuals.
Right.
Never. You would see them because I had a couple of them in my class. There was this dude named Joey. Yeah, but they was in the closet. But in 73, Richard Nixon. Up until 73, LGBTQ was scientifically labeled a mental illness.
That's right.
They changed the law in 73 under Nixon, and that's when they started coming out of the closet. They had Studio 54. You understand what I'm saying? It was just Freakville. And in the 80s, the Most High sent the AIDS on them. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't stop them. You know what I'm saying? He sent the monkeypox on them. Didn't stop them. Yeah. That's part like the reason why they won't end the drug industry is because it's too much of part of American economy.
Is it also?
You know how many cars are sold by drug dealers, by drug dealing? You know, how many homes are bought? How many vacations and wonderful things happen from drug money?
They probably start businesses.
Yeah. You know, but P. Diddy wasn't smart enough. He went into the wrong business.
Right.
You know, I never liked P. Diddy. Like, you know, like we used to see him in Harlem, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Nigga from Harlem. That nigga, he was an evil motherfucker.
Is that why he reached the pinnacle of where he's at now?
You know, like he was smart. Like he was a hustler. P. Diddy's a hustler. You understand what I'm saying? But he will shit on you, man.
That's
turn your back.
And so, like, that's what I mean. I feel like only the people who are up high at a level in this society, they will do the same thing. They don't have
That's
no
how
issue.
you get there.
Yeah, right.
That's why Christ spoke against the rich, because the rich in these societies under the Romans, the only Israelites that was really rich was the ones that was working for taking money from the Romans. That's why he said, you are of your father, the devil.
Right.
It's the same thing now. They love P. Diddy. He was doing all that shit from way back. But when he threatened to release those tapes, I want you to remember this. It wasn't the FBI. It wasn't the state police. It wasn't the local police. It was Homeland Security, meaning the order came from the top. P. Diddy made a terrible mistake. He got big head. He thought he could threaten them white folks. They went into his house and they took all of his computers, all of his videos. So all of them white folks that was at those parties, you ain't never gonna know about it. Epstein to the second power. You understand? So this is the devil. This is what we're getting into his mindset, because he turns everything that's wicked into good. He makes it fair seeming. Two men. That's the most evil, wicked shit. Who was it that said it? I think Captain Zarek said the other day. He said, a down low nigga is the most wicked nigga on the planet. And I agree.
Damn right.
A down low nigga can destroy like 10 families. Yeah, you seen that? Did you see that nigga? Oh, yeah. The nigga married to a woman since 2006. He been gay since 2006, but he married the woman for a show.
Yeah. Crazy.
And now he gonna tell the woman, this woman loved this man. He was a pastor, tall, handsome brother. Understand? And he was a pastor, and he told a woman, "Hey, listen, I've been gay. You know, they married in 2006, but he was gay. But when they got married." And then he gonna break that sister, destroy that sister, and tell her he didn't really love her. You know, he was Leviticus, you know what I'm saying? And you should just see the look on his face, man. I wish I could have just punched him.
Yes.
Yeah, he just destroyed this system, man. You know, he used this 2006, what is that, 19 years ago? Right? I wouldn't doubt it. Could you imagine the filth, man? I'll tell y'all a story, man, when these kids ain't here, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's the worst shit. I told him the story, but this shit is horrible. But anyway, this is what they're trying, like, get me on where it says, if he had not left us a seed, we would have been at Sodom and Gomorrah. Meaning we would have got burnt up like Sodom and Gomorrah, destroyed, but he used Sodom and Gomorrah as the litmus or the example because of what was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah. And the Most High burnt them up, burnt the hell out of them. Matter of fact, he burnt that place so bad right now, you go there and it's salt and ash right now.
Salakia, sir.
Yeah.
I had a precept for you as well in Isaiah 5 and 20.
Come on with it.
Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. Salakia, that put darkness for light and light for darkness.
Yeah, that's him.
That's him.
That's exactly what we're talking about, right? So come on, man. Let's get back to it.
Kawakan.
We do. Go ahead.
Okay, come. Book of Isaiah, chapter 1, verse 9. Except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we would have been like unto Gomorrah.
Understand? This is Sodom and Gomorrah. Spiritually, it says it's spiritual Sodom and Egypt, because Egypt was a wicked place, man. Like these blackety blacks be trying to make Egypt seem like, oh, it was the greatest kingdom. They built pyramids, obelisk. They had canals and all this. Yeah, America's got the biggest skyscrapers, dams, and all, and wicked as hell. Egypt, like, yo, man, this is like Captain Zarek brought out the other night. Like he was reading this thing off this wall, and yeah, man. Ra put his seed in the anus of Kim Ra. No. That's real talk, y'all. Listen, come on, we're gonna get it. It's getting late. We done broke the fast. Brothers and sisters is hungry. I ain't get a chance to eat all this good, delicious food. We do not go to waste. Trust and believe.
That's right.
It should look good. That pizza's good. I never had pizza like that with all of this stuff on it. Because I'm like, cheese pizza, maybe some beef pepperoni or extra cheese. That's it for me. This was really good, man. I'm gonna tear this up. So anyway, let's see. Where was that?
I was still at Nahum 3 and 4.
Yeah, come on. Finish that.
Kawakan, the mistress of witchcrafts that selleth nations through her whoredoms.
Now I want to. This is good. Selleth nations through their whoredoms. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning that they cause nations to fall through the wickedness that they do. You understand? Like Venezuela right now. You understand? That's a whoredom that they trying to destroy Venezuela. They did it to Puerto Rico. They did it to Jamaica.
Right.
You understand? They did it to Trinidad. They did it to every black city in America. You understand what I'm saying? That's the whoredom. You understand? Read on.
Kawakan, and the families through her witchcraft.
So when they deported Jose the other day, that's how they destroyed families, through witchcraft. Those are lies.
Right.
Trump said, "Oh, those men are rapists and criminals." That's witchcraft. It's a lie. And with that, they galvanized the majority of white people to accept the fact that they were destroying all of these families. They didn't take account the destruction of the poor. They didn't consider that these brothers was working hard and were the foundation of several different economies. I never forget that woman from Colorado who said that, like, she had a farm, a big farm she had in Colorado, and she said her business was destroyed. Yeah. In 4 generations they had this farm, and they lost, like, all of their workers left because they thought they was going to get deported.
Right.
And she was a Republican.
Kawakan, that kind of go back to what you were saying earlier about basically them selling us, and the idea that to put us against each other for their sake. So, like,
Yeah.
you know how they family's dysfunctional.
Yeah.
They don't want our family to be functional, and this is that way of keeping us
Like,
at
this is the whoredom. The so-called Hispanics and the Mexicans, right, was part of the best part of the labor force, who were being paid the lowest wages, meaning that they were making the greatest profit off of them. Would destroy them. You understand what I'm saying? And destroy industries. You understand? To please other whites.
Salakia.
You understand?
They really scared of 20 Mexican dudes hopping out that big Suburban. That's what, you know what I'm saying? Because they click up real good. That's why I said, I work on a construction site.
They
scared
have
of that.
yeah.
Because like I said, I seen them do what a white boy do better, and the white boys see that too when we go out in that field. They know that
Mexicans are Jacob.
You
That's
can't put
right.
no white boys on a roof to change a roof, because the white boys will take They're gonna burn up in the sun and they're gonna take too long. But you put the Mexican boys up there, they're gonna be done by lunch.
Yep.
You know, I know that for a
Just
fact.
give them one beer.
I done had a racist person. I done dealt with a
One
racist
beer and
person.
the roof is over.
You understand? I dealt with a racist person who only wanted white people on their property. It took them a week. They had a whole mansion get rained in. You understand me? And they could have had them essays done in literally the day. But that's what they want. Like I said, you get what you asked for.
So you finish that up.
Now I'm done with that. So like, unless you want me to go to 5.
No, read the last part of 4 again. I don't have 5 on the agenda, so we done with 4, right? Who's holding Habakkuk 2? Come on.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter
hold on
2.
just a second. I just want to reemphasize how they destroyed families. You understand what I'm saying? But when the whoredom is, even though they're destroying the family, they find a way to profit from it. They sell those people out. These people contributed so much to America. You understand what I'm saying? And now they're sold out and their families are destroyed, but they figured out a way to make profit from it. Come on, give me what you got.
Come on. It's the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his.
Woe to him that increases that which is not his.
So
America does not belong to white people.
That's right.
It's not his, but he's increased it. He's increased America. He's increased everything in their possession right now. They stole it. They stole everything, even Europe. Understand? Because they're not the original inhabitants of Europe. You understand? So woe unto him who increased the things that are not his, right? Come on, read on.
How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Meaning he's covered in filth. You understand what I'm saying? But he's still trying to look good. He covered himself with thick clay. He's protecting himself in his wickedness. He's covering himself in his wickedness. Come on.
Verse 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee?
Read that part again.
Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee? And thou shalt be for booties unto them.
Okay, so it's almost like profit. Yeah. And so we're just like money to them. And all their wickedness. They find a way, they sell you drugs, you get sick, then they treat you for being sick. You understand? You understand? They create the insurance company. You understand what I'm saying? And then the insurance company send you to rehab.
Right.
They making everybody getting a little piece of it.
Salakia, that's kind of like the judicial system, because they'll get you for a little parking ticket, then they can get you for evading, then they can get you for resisting. Then
Captain Zarek told a story the other day where when he was in Florida for the Passover, how they pulled him over and the police officer didn't give him back his ID. And he had to search around to get his ID because that was going to give them another reason to go at them. Because, to take his car, they had weapons in the car, but everybody was licensed to carry.
Florida's that spot. You can open carry. You know, they took that off the list. You can open carry in Florida.
So now.
Yeah. They took it off.
Say that again?
You can open carry in Florida now. It's an open carry state now. They took it off the list.
But if you're from out of state, you better have a permit.
It was in.
If you're from out of state, you better have it. You know what I'm saying? You better have it, especially if you're a nigga.
Damn right.
Okay, so now where we at?
Verse 8, sir.
Yeah, give me 8.
Come, book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 8. Because thou hast spoiled many nations.
You have what?
Spoiled many nations.
We have spoiled many nations, meaning they destroyed many a nation. You understand? They destroyed just about the whole Western Hemisphere.
For sure.
Every nation they've destroyed. Understand? Maybe not Canada, but Puerto Rico's destroyed, Jamaica's destroyed,
right?
Trinidad destroyed. You understand what I'm saying? The Bahamas is destroyed. They've destroyed the economies. Like in Jamaica and some of these islands, the produce that caused them to get wealth,
No.
they can't even sell anymore because they was forced into debt. And then the International Monetary Fund said, listen, we'll give you a bailout, but you can't sell your bananas. Okay, you understand? Read on.
Come. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee.
You understand? The remnant is the ones that left. We're gonna run out of time, but I had to the tide is gonna change. That's what I was gonna get to, but I had to show his mentality first. You understand? Okay, that's it on 8.
Just a little bit more, sir.
Finish it up.
Come. Because of men's blood and for the violence of the city.
Stand for all of the violence that you caused in the land, but you still profiting from all of the violence and the bloodshed. Like they profited off of Charlie Kirk.
Come.
You know how much donations and money they got? And giving speeches and everybody coming to looking for the next Charlie Kirk. That's why his wife, she was quick to throw her hat into the ring.
Right.
She wanted to keep getting that money. Charlie Kirk was getting that money, y'all. You understand? His wife was like, yo, I'm his wife. I'll continue. You know what I'm saying? That's it on 8?
Yeah, come. And of all that dwell therein.
And all that dwell therein, right? Read the last sentence again.
Come. And all dwell therein.
Okay, so whoever's in the city or under their control, you understand? That's all that dwell therein. Okay, so now, Micah, choir bar, give me Micah 2, verses 1 and 2. You give me Ephesians 2 and 2, and you give me Psalms 21, 10, and 11. I think that's we're gonna run out of time with those 3. Dang. I have some good shit coming up, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9 more scriptures after these. Yeah, I got the women's prophet part 2, and I don't want to deprive the sisters of that. But maybe if they're both short, I could get both part 2 in. I'll see. Let's see. Let's go.
It's the book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is lit, Salakia. When the morning is
when the morning is lit.
When the morning is light, Salakia.
That's the same thing.
Right. Salakia. They practice it.
They practice, meaning they scheming at night, and then the next morning, hey, we're gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna cut this and we're gonna destroy that and we're gonna kick these people out. They go to bed scheming on us, man. He laying in their bed, you laying in your bed, you know what I'm saying, trying to communicate with your woman. He laying in the bed, a woman in the backs in the other room in the west wing, some goddamn where, and they scheming on what they're gonna do to us the next day. Man, this devil is too much, man. But see, the blessing is the Most High gives us this. So we know who the devil is. Come on, brother, read on.
Because it is in the power of their hand.
That's because they can.
Verse 2. And they covet fields.
They covet field, land. Field is land.
And take them by violence.
That's Venezuela. Better watch out.
Right.
That's my oil fields. Them oil fields down in Venezuela is vulnerable. That Venezuela president, I like him because he talking mad shit, but he you better shut the fuck up. That's my advice to him. You better shut his mouth. Come on.
And houses and take them away.
They take your house. You understand? Anytime you want to take your house. Your land in the field, your house.
Right.
They got what they call eminent domain. That's how they took Seneca Village in New York and made Central Park out of it. You understand? Any more on that?
Come.
Come on.
So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage.
Ooh, that's heavy. They oppress you in your own house. Taxes, mortgages. That's oppression. Understand what I'm saying? You can't, like, I remember 2 years ago, right? My air conditioning went out. My man Yosef came and fixed it. I had brought 2 air conditioners from New York with me. I put the air conditioner in my window. The homeowners association wrote me a letter. They said, yo, if you don't take that air conditioner out of your house, we're going to charge you $1,000 a day. I took it and put it in the back window. That's oppression. That's oppression. Can't even put an air conditioner in your own window. Lord, they sending you going for life for that shit.
I said my dog like it. What you saying?
It's free as hell. You can't, because then you wouldn't pay for water. If you collected free water, then you wouldn't pay them. That's why. It ain't no other reason. Rainwater is good. You can drink it in North Carolina, not in New York.
Oh, yeah, right.
It might be something in the rainwater, y'all. Okay. Now it all dissipates into fine particles, and then it reconnects into raindrops, and it's pure good water for the most part. Okay. Any more on that? That was Micah 1 and 2, right? That's it. Give me Ephesians. Who's holding Ephesians? Give me Ephesians.
Come.
Now, this is what I want you to understand. This kind of like, you know, when I got the breakdown on this, it was really an eye opener.
Right.
Read.
Come. It's the book of Ephesians, chapter 2, verse 2. Wherein time past you walked according to the course of this world.
You understand? Matter in the past time, you should, of course, walk according to the wickedness of this world. We operated under the wickedness of this world. Read.
According to the prince of the power of the air.
Now is according to the prince of the power of the air. What is the air? Media, radio,
right,
television. You understand? That's the power of the air. That's where the wickedness is coming from. It's the air, the airwaves. And who controls the airwaves?
The devil.
The devil.
That's right.
Remember, what's his name? Jimmy Kimmel. He said something that was that's a normal joke. I watched what he said. It wasn't nothing special about it. You understand? But they suspended him because the guy who runs the FCC, the Federal Communication Commission, is Trump's buddy.
Oh.
And what they want to do is control the airwaves so that you cannot be in opposition against them.
Okay, do they want to take away the First Amendment? I hear that a lot. Or freedom of speech. Excuse me, freedom of speech.
Yeah, he was right. Yeah, they want to take it away. Like when I said that Trump, I want you to Google this. Trump, the picture of Trump in the office with MAGA Trump 2028. What that means is, see all of this military and have the military come into the hood and have the military. He said yesterday he wants the military to use the cities as training program. So he's going to create an environment because according to the law, if we have a domestic war or domestic violence or a foreign war, he doesn't have to leave. That's what he's setting up. You see it? Trump, MAGA hat, Trump 28. I guarantee it's going to come up. You see the hat? That's all you need to see.
It's like the Super Bowl.
His is on his desk.
Yeah, I see it.
He put it there for it to be seen. No. He reaching, he plotting. Hey, listen. If Trump was out of office, you know how many crimes they're going to charge him with? You think Trump is bringing criminal activity? If Trump wasn't, Trump knows that his only salvation is to stay in power. He knows.
Right.
So like you.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, because war, his words are smoother than butter.
Right.
War is in his heart. Most High in Christ. That's a fact. Come on. Where we at?
End of 2, sir. Of Ephesians 2 and 2.
The prince of the power of the air, right?
Mm-hmm.
Any more?
Come. The spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience.
You understand? That's the spirit. The power of the air is the spirit. That's why you got all of the super mega rich are in media.
Oh, God.
Elon Musk. I can't think of the name. What's the Facebook guy?
Mark Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg. What's the other one? All of them, they're in media. Because that's where the money is. Rupert Murdoch, all of these guys. It's another young cat. He just got married to with his he had this extravagant wedding in it's not Elon Musk. What's the other one?
Bezos?
Yeah, Bezos. You understand? Because the power is in the manipulation.
Right.
The manipulation is in the air. You understand? Because everything got to bounce off of their satellites. That's the air. Okay? So you see the wisdom of the Most High is so great. Like this stuff is written 3,000 years ago. You understand? That's why the Daniel the prophet said that the truth of the Bible, it was not going to be revealed until the last days. Because when they saw spaceships and all these kind of things, they didn't know. They thought it was some kind of animal or something. But we know what it is today.
Right.
So they didn't want the prince of the air. What the hell is that? But today we know.
Right.
The prince is the ruler of the air. They rule the air. You cannot do communications via satellite without their permission, without their codes.
I don't think
You can't have a cell phone. Because every cell phone has a code in it.
So like on the travel, the ways you can't just fly where you want.
Exactly. What we got left? Who's holding that? Okay, we're gonna. Oh man,
I know.
I got one more after this, and that's it, and we gotta go. Okay, give me Psalms 21 and 10.
Kawakan is the book of Psalms, chapter 21, verse 10. Their fruit shall thou destroy from the earth.
He's going to destroy them from off the earth. You understand? He's going to destroy them. We have that in Obadiah. We have it in Revelation. They're a virus. I will make them jealous with the people that are not a people. They're a virus. That's what they are. Read on.
Kawakan, and their seed from among the children of men.
Okay, read on.
Kawakan, verse 11. For they intended evil against thee.
Understand? They're evils and they intend evil against us. Because, of course, this is written to the Israelites only. This Bible ain't written to nobody else. And them Christian pastors and them other fools out there, they could talk all they want. But we can prove it. Because God himself said it. I've only known you of all the families of the earth. I showeth my word unto Jacob, and my statutes and my judgment unto Israel. As for the other nations, they have not known them.
That's right.
That's it. So this is for us. It's our job as priests and prophets of the Lord to interpret this. That's why we have these classes. You understand? We all came in this class thinking we knew some shit and didn't know nothing, especially me. Especially me. I put myself at the head of the class in that category. Okay. For they intend mischief against thee. So I think we was talking about it earlier. How why is it us? Why are they always going after us? This is why, because we're the greatest. You understand what I'm saying? They got to knock us off. They knock us off. They got it. However, come on, give me. That's it on that.
They imagine a mischievous device which they are not able to perform.
And this breakdown device is a plan, a plot. Because we already talked about all of the other devices, but they have an overall plot against us. You understand? To destroy us. You understand what I'm saying? So, give me. I'm gonna do like Captain Nasta. So, give me Isaiah 3:15. And somebody, choir bar, you give me Isaiah 3:15. Choir bar, you give me Ezekiel 35:5-6, and I'm that's definitely gonna be the last one. Hey, you know, my favorite people in the class is the young people. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how they absorb information. Sometimes you don't think they're absorbing information, but they learn faster than us.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So we dropping seeds for these young brothers because they're going to be the warriors of the future.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? We ain't got that much time there for y'all. These devils, once the man of perdition is revealed, you understand what I'm saying? We near the end. Very near. Come on. Who's doing Isaiah? You doing Isaiah, right?
3 and 5.
3:15.
Oh, come on, Casa. Book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 15. What mean ye that ye beat my people to pieces and grind the faces of the poor, saith the Lord power of hosts.
You understand? What the hell is up with you that you always trying to destroy my people?
Right.
Are we just talking about? We're the targets. You understand? Oh, we're the targets of everything.
Come on.
It's the Most High said, what mean ye? What the hell does you mean that you always want to destroy my people? What mean ye that ye beat my people to pieces, man? That's the Most High saying that. Ain't Ayanazar ain't say it. Commander Junior Honor didn't say it. Christ didn't say it. This is the Most High.
That's right.
What mean ye? Read it again.
Come on. What mean ye that ye beat my people to pieces?
That's their plan. They got to knock off number one man.
Uh-huh.
You know, when Jordan was the man, you had to knock off Jordan to get to the title. You understand? To be number one, you got to knock off LeBron or whoever you think is number one.
Mhm.
You understand? They wanted to be Doncic. Wasn't it Luka Doncic? Doncic.
Come on.
But no. Don't forget about Ja.
Oh, yeah, John Morant. That nigga.
Ja's bad boy. And what's the kid in Oklahoma City? Oh, y'all don't follow sports like that. Okay. Well, they got a boy in Oklahoma City, bad boy too. Yeah,
Most High Christ.
him. Like, you know, yeah, he kind of old now, though. We talking about the young cats. The young cats is bad. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I think athletically, Ja Morant is one of the most talented, gifted athletics
That's a bad nigga.
that I ever seen in my life. Ja Morant, he's a bad boy. Telling you. Now, the only thing about him, he's reckless and he's injury prone.
Yeah.
And the first time I seen him, like when he was in college, I watched him. I was like, I hope the Knicks could get this dude.
Nah.
Yo,
They're not smart enough.
but I saw his game, and he's a high flyer. You know who he remind me of? I don't know. When Grant Hill was coming out of college, he was the next Michael Jordan, but he was a high flyer and he got injured. And that, you know, like Grant Hill was one of the greatest basketball players of all time.
For sure.
But this Ja Morant, I'm gonna get off it. Ja Morant, man, that dude is bad. I'm just trying to tell you, he just injury prone, and that's going to shorten his career.
Yeah, right.
I seen him do stuff that nobody else done. Nobody. Okay. What mean ye that ye beat my people to pieces and grind the faces of the what?
Of the poor.
The what?
Of the poor.
You understand? Why are you always picking on the poor people, man?
Right.
You understand? So this is why. Who's holding Ezekiel? Come on, give me Ezekiel 35, 5, and 6. And we're going to get the whole shebang. This is it.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35 and verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in a time of their calamity.
So now, a perpetual hatred, of course, is that never-ending hatred. They're never going to not hate you. If you ever think in your life that white people are going to love you, you're delusional.
Right.
Is all white people wicked? No. All white people are not wicked. We would never say that because it's not true. But are all snakes poison?
No.
No. So I got a bucket there with 400 snakes in there. About 10 of them is non-poison. You gonna go in there and pick out find the one that's not poison?
Right.
No, you're not. You're gonna stay away from all those snakes. There's wisdom in that. Muhammad Ali said that 40 years ago. That's from Muhammad Ali. He said the white people is the devil. And he said, yeah, I know all white people ain't wicked. But basically, for time's sake, he said, I ain't got time to look for the righteous one.
Damn right.
And neither do we.
Yo.
I ain't got time. You understand? I don't care if I ever meet one. To be honest with you. They all devils to me. I ain't got time to find out which one is righteous and which one is wicked. I ain't got time.
Right.
Okay. Read on.
In the time that their iniquity had an end.
An iniquity or in calamity or the time that our punishment for what we've done had an end, and that's now. Even at the time that we're at our lowest point, beat down, destroyed, don't know we're Israelites, poor, no homeland, no industry, nothing. They still want to kill a nigga. Come on.
Therefore, verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood.
I will prepare thee unto blood. I will prepare thee unto blood. Blood come back at you. Come on.
And blood shall pursue thee.
And blood shall pursue thee. Meaning wherever they go, they're going to find bloodshed. Bloodshed is going to come at them. Even Venezuela.
Right.
Come on.
Since thou has not hated blood.
Since you don't hate, since you love to kill people, especially Israelites.
Right.
That's what it just said. You love killing the children of Israel with the force of the sword, even at the time of their calamity, even with their iniquity had an end. Meaning, at some point, our punishment is over.
Right.
Come on.
Even blood shall pursue thee.
Even blood shall pursue thee. So he got blood coming. He loved blood. Charlie Kirk know that.
Right.
Well, he used to know. You understand? They love blood. You know how many mass killings in the last week? About 4 or 5. Killed the 3 cops. If they were looking for a reason to kill my man, Bud Crawford.
Right.
He made one false move. They're gonna kill him. They don't know. I didn't know who he was. He was watching him from the gate. When the devil speaks, he's lying.
Right.
Right.
More times than he's telling the truth. Man, that's a fact.
Right.
I didn't know who, but he's in Memphis. I mean, Omaha, Nebraska. He just got the keys to the city.
Right.
He just won the biggest fight of the decade. Oh, I didn't know who he was. Man, please. You believe that? I got a bridge in Raleigh that I want to sell. Come on. Any more? Okay, let me give you something. I know I'm violating. I might get a call, but I got to give me Isaiah 31. We're going to read. Let me get there with you, because I always get Isaiah 31 and Jeremiah mixed up. Let me make sure I'm in the right place. No, it's Jeremiah 31. Mm-hmm. And we're going to start at verse. It's when, it's when the Most High says that Israel is never going to cease to be a nation. Okay, I'm sorry. It's Jeremiah 31. We're going to start at verse 35. Marshall, I want you to read this for me. Yeah, we're going to read 35 to 37. And I just want you to understand this, because it looks like, because the power that they have in a position that we're in of weakness, it doesn't look good for us in the world. We are not in the world. Come on, check this out. This how bad the Most High, great the Most High love us. Just check this out right here. Come on.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 35. Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinance of the moon, and of the stars of a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves therefore roar. The Lord of hosts is his name.
So this is the Most High telling you the function of the sun, moon, and the stars, that they have a function. They cause the waves to move back and forth according to their gravitational pull on the earth. This is science. You understand? But he's saying this for a reason, and we're going to get it. You understand what I'm saying?
Damn.
He says he made the sun for a light and the moon for a lesser light, because the moon borrows light from the sun. Right? Read verse 36.
Verse 36. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever.
So he's saying, when the function of the stars of the heavens of the universe cease, then Israel will cease to be a nation. So what are we worried about?
Right.
Christ said, fear not. You say, the fearful is not going to see the kingdom of heaven. And we all get fearful. But the difference is, unto us was committed the oracles of the Most High God.
Damn right.
We have this. This is our courage. This is our strength. Without it, we're nothing. We're nothing. You understand? Read 37.
Come. Verse 37. Thus saith the Lord, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith the Lord.
If you could measure the universe, which they trying,
They tried, yeah.
you know, but they, what, billions of dollars, man, they could feed the whole United States with the money they spending out there.
Right.
You know, if you can measure the heavens and the foundation of the earth searched out beneath it, meaning that if you can find everything under the earth, when you do that, not one, but two, you got to measure the entire universe, and you got to find everything that's under the ground, under the earth, which includes the sea. Then when they do that, then we finish.
Sure.
But they never. They can search until the end of time. They ain't going to do it. You understand? So that's the power of our God. That's how much he loves us.
Right.
We had to take this ass whipping, man. We had to take it because he says if we would have obeyed him, we would have known peace forever. That's in the book of Baruch, chapter 4. I think it's verse 17. He says if we had obeyed him and listened to him, we would have known peace forever. You understand? So, like, we have children. Most of us are fathers in here. No, not even most of us. There are a couple of us. There's fathers in there. You know what I'm saying? Whatever discipline is required, the word is required. I had a son. I never had to whoop him. I never put my hand on him. But I had another son. I used to whoop his ass. You understand? That's why I said the father, because we know. I had a son that fought with the police. I came to the precinct, the 100th precinct is on 104th Street, right off of Amsterdam Avenue. And I went to the precinct, and my son is chained to a wall like this. Like this. And I'm like, I had to be cool. I'm trying to get my son up out of it. I said, what did he do? He did some dumbass shit. What was the little, remember they used to have the little Game Boys? Well, his partner snatched the Game Boy from this kid after school. The police was right there in the car across the street, undercover. The police went to grab this dude, and my son trying to defend this nigga, fighting the police. Now I whooped it, boy. I whooped his. Boy, I'm telling you. I think that was the greatest ass whipping that I ever administered. Right. You know what I'm saying? I said, what the hell, nigga? I ain't ready to be that stupid, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's the Most High. He's a father. All right. That's the moral of the story, man. You understand? The Most High told us, he warned us time and time again. And we ain't listening. So he pronounced, before he started punishing us, he pronounced the punishment. And this is what convinced me of the truth, is that every punishment that he pronounced against us, he did it.
That's right.
He told us we was going to be on them slave ships 3,000 years ago. You understand? He told us that we was going to have problems. He told us the fathers were going to leave the children.
Right.
He told us that these devils was going to be over us. He told us that we was going to be at the bottom of the economic ladder. You understand what I'm saying? He told us that he was going to take our children and destroy them. He told us. It's called Deuteronomy chapter 28. Among other places, but that's the main one where he warned us and he told us everything he was going to do to us if we didn't listen. But he's not going to destroy us. You are not. Hold on. I know. I would get in trouble, but I got to be. Give me Baruch 4. No, not 4 and 1. I think it's 4 and 25. Is it? I think it's that. I promise you. Worded bomb. This is the last one. This is something I would leave you with. The Baruch 4. Okay. Give me start at verse 6. We're gonna read 6 and 7. 6, 7, and 8. Come on.
Come on.
This is it. I know, man. I just want to leave y'all with something good.
Come on. It's the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 6. You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction.
You wasn't sold to the nations, and I appreciate y'all for hanging. You were sold to the nations not to be destroyed, totally. You was sold to the nations to get your ass whipped. Mm-hmm. Come on.
But because ye moved the Most High to wrath.
Because you made the Most High angry. I know these kids is getting restless. Come on.
You were delivered unto your enemies.
You were delivered unto your enemies on cargo slave ships.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Verse 7, for ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils.
Understand? Giving everything you got to the devils, man. Giving up with what the Most High promised us so that we could be down with them. Come
And
on.
not to the Most High. Verse 8, ye have forgotten the everlasting God that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you.
Jerusalem is the Most High's favorite place on the planet Earth.
Damn right.
But even that, he let be destroyed because he loves us. And we have to return to him.
Damn.
And he's going to save us. So just don't worry about nothing. Children, obey your parents. You understand what I'm saying? They're the best thing you got on this earth. You understand what I'm saying? Especially if you got parents in ISUPK. You got righteous parents. Everybody, you understand what I'm saying? We're going to go through life and life's ups and downs and everything going to be hunky-dory. But in the UPK, your parents are not going to agree when you're wrong. They're going to tell you. And with that, I'm going to pass the class over to Preaching Officer Mike Shaw. You know what I'm saying? Shalom, Israel.
Right. We are the ISUPK at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or a sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to speak. It's like it. Will get permission from the head to marry. It's like it. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18 and 21 in Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew is pronounced ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will arm for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you like to give. Upcoming holy convocation will be the Feast of Tabernacles happening October the 5th. Remind Acumen Aquathin to check on social media such as isupk.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wishes to be a trooper in his school, then start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, hairband, and scarf. And with that, I majim, which means to stand. Sisters, Yashav, which means stay seated. Men of Israel, Sar, turn and face the teacher. Men of Israel, we give one courtesy salute unto our teacher. Men of Israel, Amad Shabbat, Amajim, Barak. Yajmatah, hands down, Sar, and turn and face the sisters. Sisters, Amajim, which means to stand. Men of Israel, we give one courtesy salute unto our sisters. Men of Israel, Amad Shabbat, Amajim, Barak. Yajmatah, hands down, class dismissed.
I'm good. I got this plate. Yeah. We need to make a market. Right. Okay. We got aluminum foil. Yeah. I got a plate here.
Yeah, he just said whatever, anything, if we had anything left over for the kids, you know, Baba Kasab, we would run through the back door and drop it at the back. Man, hit that in 4 minutes. That's what he said. He was like, ask the Yamador for this 4 minutes. Dr. Bro, when you just said that, I was like, man, there ain't no damn 4 minutes.
They've been saying that for years, brother. It's way more than 4 minutes.
Yeah, that's
brother.
a down south 4 minutes.
Yeah.
That's what they be lying. Like, yeah, them 4 minutes away, you a false town.
came down there. I was looking for this comic store, right? And the dude said, "Yo," he said, "Yo," I was up at Capitol Boulevard up there, and he said, "Yo, man," I said, "Yo, man, I'm looking for this comic store there. You know where it is?" He said, "Yo, it's down the block." So I'm thinking it's down. That shit was like a mile away.
Way down the block.
Go down the block, mine down the block.
Yeah,
Totally different.
I never get that. Dude said, "This is what these niggas call down the block."
Right.
Yeah. South block is a half a mile, at least.
Yeah, I was thirsty too. You know what's rough, right? Like, so I went through the fast, and it was smooth sailing until I started cooking that chicken.
Oh, you cook that shit?
Yeah, I was smooth sailing until I started cooking the chicken, and I'm like, yo.
I'm not gonna lie.
At first I did like this. I had to season it. And I said, hold on, let me make sure this is seasoned. I put it in my hand and I'm like, and I spit it out because I thought I wasn't supposed to eat anything.
Why? Nigga, wild.